And welcome to an Eternium video that forms part of the Mage build series. Now today I'm going to show you a build that I've not actually tested yet. It is for those that don't want to use Frostbeam but are using ELR Mage. So we're going with a Death from Above push build here. The setup is very similar to a Frostbeam build, just a couple of places that are different. I'll run through the gear. It's pretty much identical stats to what we've used in the ANB Frostbeam Firelily build before. So helm is haste, ability rate, power, vitality. The necklace, haste, ability rate, life on hit, vitality. Shoulders, haste, ability rate, power, vitality. Robe, haste, ability rate, power, vitality. Cape, haste, ability rate, power, vitality. Talisman of Power, haste, frost damage, even though we're going with Death from Above, power and vitality. And the reason we're going with frost damage is that thermal shock does far more damage than shatter will do. So I could go with fire damage. It will give us a small increase on the amount of damage we do with Death from Above, and it will give us a small increase of damage that we do with shatter. But by going with frost damage, I can stack some burning and get a much bigger thermal shock and do more damage overall. Our Firelily, haste, frost damage, power, vitality. The gloves, haste, ability rate, power, vitality. Our bracer of mastery, power, vitality, frost damage, haste. We've got Death from Above, damage increase by 192%. Sash of the igniter, power, vitality, frost damage and haste, and this is good, dealing damage with Death from Above or Fireball Meteor to a burning target causes it to combust, adding one burning stack for 500% weapon damage as fire for 6 seconds. So what we're going to try and do with this build is stack as many combusts as possible. We're looking for Firelily, for Talisman of Power, especially on the boss. Once that is active, then we can trigger our thermal shock, and hopefully we've got quite a lot of combust stacks going, and it will do a lot more damage than if we were constantly shatter frost doing sort of a nova immolate constantly, as we might with other builds. On the pants, haste, movement speed, power, vitality. Boots, haste, movement speed, power, vitality. The ring is haste, ability rate, vitality, power. Haste, ability rate, life on hit and power. Our igneous, vitality, ability rate, power, haste. I have got a celestial one, so an additional vitality. I didn't want to make this a celestial, but when I crafted the item, damage was very low. It was like 1400, which was considerably lower than where it could be. So I popped a celestial on it to increase the damage. And our Glacius is haste, ability rate, power and vitality. You can see I've socketed across the board with brilliant rubies. I'm trying to maximise damage because Firelily for push is not as strong as a crit build, so I'm trying to maximise the amount of damage that I can do. On enchantments, which I probably should have done as we went through, helm, we're going with osmosis, increased damage by 1% every 2 seconds roughly. So after a minute we'll be doing 1.01 to the power of 30 more damage than we would otherwise, and that would just keep building, getting stronger. Power on the necklace, power on the shoulders. I've gone with vitality on the chest, bit of toughness is always nice. Power on the mantle, armour on gloves, movement speed as always on boots and pants, The rings are both power. Crucial, if you can get it, Slayer on your weapon, that'll increase damage considerably, and then if you have more materials available, Obfuscation to reduce the amount of damage that we take the further something is away from us. Now if I look at the skills, we need Frostbolt because we still need to round things up using Shatter. Here we've got Fireball in the second slot. Now Fireball at level 9 is no good, we need it at level 10, and just by luck we've upgraded. The reason that we need it at level 10, which it now is we have this chance for summoning a meteor that does 100% weapon damage, and our Frostfire Sash is going to, whenever that falls, it's going to put a combust stack on an enemy as well. So coupling Fireball with Death from Above, but only triggering Thermal Shock with Frost Nova when the Talisman of Power is up, will maximise our thermal shock damage. So we've got Immolate and Frost Nova for shatters and rounding things up. We'll be casting Immolate quite a lot on the boss, but Frost Nova only when we want to cast Thermal Shock. Power Infusion for extra damage. We're on a Firelily build, so we need as much damage as possible. I've gone with Endurance just for some extra toughness, and then Glass Cannon again for 20% more damage. On the companions, the more healers you can get, the better. If you can afford 3, then that's ideal. In my case I'm going with 2, and then Marcus is handy, 1 for some toughness, and 2 he can do a stun on a group, which is almost as good as a vortex from one of the healers, but it isn't as good. So I guess, is that everything that we've done? Been through all of that, been through the skills. Let's take a look at 130. I'll say I've not tested this. This will not be as fast as Frostbeam, and a crit build would be better, but it's just an alternative to people that might not want to use Frostbeam. I've not once looked at the mini-map. So we'll probably have to do quite a bit of kiting to start with. Now the reason I've picked Trial 130 is that that's where the rewards finish. Everything from thereafter is bonus. I'm trying to cast Fireball, but unfortunately the game controls are pretty useless. So we use Marcus to stun them back there. Ooh, we're in trouble there. We are just ahead of the curve at the moment. Definitely doesn't look like there's enough enemies here. If you're wondering why I'm using Frostbolt, I'm not casting it, I'm right clicking and it's still doing Frostbolt. I'm trying to use Fireball on these attacks. I think we probably need to have a search around some side channels for some extra mobs, so we'll start bringing the pack up towards them. Nice. So we can see that there's little fireballs dropping down. We're building up these stacks of combust. Since Talisman of Power was active, I decided to do my thermal shock. Probably not working as well as I was hoping it would. What have we got? Obviously we're going to get stronger as we go along. So we've got 31 stacks on there at the moment. Can I please put those on Kara? That's not gone at all well, has it? Oh dear. Managed to miss the power infuse Talisman of Power. Okay, I think let's not use this build because it's clearly not working. because we've got so many stacks now of osmosis, are we starting to actually do any sort of meaningful damage? Well, we're almost there. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. Certainly not as a Firelily build. Death from above and thermal shock's our biggest damage, but as you'll see in the Frostbeam video, that is so much more stronger. So it's there as a alternate if you want to use something and you're only interested in, say, 130. It's not going to be brilliant, but it's something that you can use if you're just after the rewards. Any questions or comments, feel free to put them down below, and thank you very much for watching.